I just stuck a bull. This bull has been sounding gnarly, nasty. On my right, there's two bulls fighting. I can see them going, their bodies moving back and forth between the trees. And then all of a sudden I hear this. There's another bull right there. Walking through his aspens.
I shot him. You didn't hear that?
No. We both just shot the same bull.
He shot him first.
He shot him first. Oh my gosh. What a heck of a pursuit, dude. All freaking day.
When your buddy calls you, says you got a buck down. And what does he got? A buck down.
Look what I found.
What a sweet coos, man. Opening day, heck yeah. Way to go, Steve.
Arizona Archery Club is a premier partner with BowhuntingAZ. When it comes to attention to detail and a fiery passion, Arizona Archery Club brings it all to the table. With all the latest bows and archery equipment, you can demo every single model in person, free of charge at their demo room. Walk through the process with an experienced bow tech and see which bow is right for you without the sales pressure. Their indoor archery range offers air-conditioned lanes with standard or 3D targets available. When you visit, be sure to mention you're a listener to the BowhuntingAZ podcast. Let's all support local. Conquering your own dark mountain is no easy task. The backcountry requires grit and determination. Having quality supplements like Dark Mountain's Kodiak pre-workout, whey proteins, and nourishing recovery are all an essential part of your success in the journey to harvest from the land. Dark Mountain is a 2% for conservation company because they know that with a collective effort, we can cherish these resources for a long time to come. Use promo code BowhuntingAZ20 for 20% off your order. Afflictor Broadheads are cutting to the core of broadhead technology. With both expandable hybrids and fixed broadheads, you have an arsenal available for any hunting need. Team BowhuntingAZ has placed our trust in Afflictor as our exclusive broadheads to hunt with. Check out Afflictor's selection over at afflictorbroadheads.com. Built mountain tough, Scree Gear offers hunters the highest quality clothing for affordable prices. With patterns designed by military concealment specialists, Scree Gear brings you closer to the game without being detected. With every climate in mind, Scree Gear hosts a huge selection of clothing for all the terrains of North America and beyond. Check out Scree Gear today at www.screegear.com. Use promo code BowhuntingAZ for 15% off your first order. Too many of us feel at a loss when it comes to storing or displaying our bows. Rax has the answer. With many of the major bow brands available or even the option to have your own custom racks made. This is hands down the only way to show off your setup. I even prefer to have a mini racks for my Euro mounts. Made in the US out of carbon steel, racks and mini racks secure into your wall and offer padded hooks to give your bow the perfect spot where it's out of the way but easy to access. Check out racks and use promo code PASSION15 to get 15% off your order. Visit raxinc.com. That's RAXXINC.com today.
Oh, say something.
You mean Amazing Grace?
Sweet.
Yeah, Amazing Grace. Amazing Grace, not Saving
You
Grace.
need to come to church, bro.
Well, it's the same thing. It's just,
No, it's not.
It's Amazing Grace.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the BowhuntingAZ podcast. We are here in my garage, the Miller House of Games. So if it's a little echoey, we apologize. But
Remember last time we tried dampening it?
we had blankets hanging.
Dude, we did. We had
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We had things hanging down from the ceiling. It was fun.
Yeah. Someday
It was a little later night.
when we get like a either long term or forever home, I will probably make. I'll hit up Eric probably and get some sound. Those foam things or whatever.
Just make one.
Build a legit podcast.
Yeah.
thing.
And it doesn't need to be big too. Like make just the corner out of it. So like
Yeah.
your office room, and then just make like a corner.
I would like a cool backdrop too. I'd like to do some sort of like rustic wood or something on it, and then have like a like a Euro like that, elk or something, and then maybe a couple bows hanging.
Yeah, that'd
just
be
something
real
cool to have as a backdrop.
Or you just go do it in the desert.
We could, dude. Honestly, we haven't done one out in the desert yet, have we? I've always
Not
wanted
today
to do
because it's super windy.
Yeah, I've always wanted to do one like at
That'd be cool,
camp.
huh?
We haven't done that yet.
Should do one at camp.
Yep. So we just released an episode today, actually, episode 37. We kind of covered our OTC season.
Wah, 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 wah.
I should have downloaded that app. We have Eric back here with us again. Eric premiered in episode 37.
Yes, I did.
Talked about his December OTC season and then his January OTC season, and he's delighted to come back. I hope. He didn't say no, so. But yeah, so today we're going to kind of talk. Now the OTC season's over. It's the end of February. We're going into March. Tomorrow's March 1st. We're going to kind of talk about post OTC season. What do we do? I think Bear opens March 19th. But maybe for those who are just specifically like those big game ungulate hunters, deer and elk only, we have a long time until anything pops up again. August would be your soonest.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave March alone. Quite honestly, I think I'm just gonna wait till your turkey tag comes up.
I think my wife will appreciate that.
Yeah.
My turkey tag.
Yeah, she bribed me a little bit, bro.
Did she?
She gave me a little money, yeah. She said, here's $300 if you just don't go.
That's what that withdrawal was on my account.
Yeah, you were like, my card got hit.
I was like, oh sweet, I got a tag.
Why does it say to Jake? What?
Oh, how's that new release?
Right?
No, how's that new bow? Yeah.
I'd like to know what bow you bought for $300.
I was just on top of it.
So turkey in spring will be the next hunt.
Yeah.
Gonna leave Bear alone.
Then after that, there's OTC turkey.
Right.
That I'm gonna end up trying to do.
Okay.
I think we got a couple good spots that I might feel confident about.
Oh, for sure.
But
Absolutely.
what about you? Do you think you would be interested in overtime turkey?
I actually got drawn for turkey last year. Remember?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
you
I
had
wasn't able to go.
fall turkey.
Fall
though.
tag,
fall
yeah.
turkey.
That's
That's
a rough
right.
one too, honestly.
Yeah. I think it was in like 5B, and I had never been there, and I never got up there to scout, so that kind of was a bust.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of looking forward to it because last year we got into them, and like we were just cruising, and I think it was the day we were just like the last day of that OTC where we're like, all right, well, let's just cruise by this one little last spot and drive by, and there's nothing there. We'll just go back to camp and grab our stuff and head home. And sure enough, we're just cruising, and there's a turkey just right on a log, dead log.
Remember he
chilling
jumped
there.
up?
Yeah, dude. And so we're like, what? Okay, well, we're getting.
It's like a mad scramble out
So
of the Jeep.
you tried getting out of there. Me, I was like, dude, hurry up, bro.
If I
Heck out of here, man.
If I recall, wasn't I like nodding off too? Wasn't I like
I
sleeping
don't
or
remember
something?
what, but yeah, you took like a light year to get out of that freaking.
Pretty sure I was like, I had my eyes either half closed or something, and then you're like, turkey! And I opened up literally just to see him in time jumping onto that log.
Yeah. And then I was like, get out.
I was like, oh crap!
And then you're trying to finally get out, and then I thought that road was going to go a little bit more further, but it ended up cutting up, and then I think I pushed him even further, but because I was going to try and just keep going and then get out and cut back in. But
That was fun though.
yeah, it was fun. Then we ended up getting in there, hiking in there, and there was just tracks and poop, everything.
I think
like
that's
it was
where
just perfect.
I'd like to try and start.
Yeah. We ended up. There was a bunch of elk that came right to us that time too. Remember?
Yep.
That's fun.
Yep.
It was a secret spot.
It's very secret. So kind of 3 topics I think that we'll touch on this episode will be basically just fitness, 3D shoots, and general practice. It kind of seems to be the bulk of what you can basically do during the off season.
Yeah, just getting ready, right?
Yeah.
Preparing.
Yep. We'll start with fitness. So we kind of have 3 different angles. Eric and I have pretty similar ones, and Jake has his own as well. But as far as fitness goes, Eric, I'll just let you take it and kind of talk about what your workout regimen is and what you're doing right now.
Yeah, so right now I'm just kind of on a fitness kick, not necessarily for hunting, but also for hunting. I'm just trying to better myself. I kind of let myself go for a long time. I was still like in the gym, but it wasn't serious. Now I started meal prepping and all that crap. It's been tough. Like I haven't been drinking, which that's huge. Like it's hard.
Right.
Like I go home and I want to drink after work, and I'm like, I can't.
And he's over
Can't
here like
drink.
sitting next to us. We got
You guys are sitting on bourbon.
2
I'm over
bourbons,
here.
and he's got a bottle of water.
Yeah. But the last podcast we drank and it was cool. But
Right, but
yes,
it's definitely tough, man. Like I
is.
did a
sir, get out of here. That was my son Declan.
but I did a weight loss for elk hunt 2018.
That's right.
And I ended up losing almost 40 pounds, dude.
Did
you were
That's
dieting a
impressive.
Yeah, it was strict, but it's tough, man. It definitely takes a mental toll on you, like
It's hard.
day in, day out of just this is what I got to eat.
Yeah, like
So
I
I totally
go to work and everybody's eating all this crap that you want to eat. Like
Right.
they go out for lunch and bring
Yeah.
it back, and I'm like, oh my god.
toughest
that
part was
sounds
like,
so good.
and I'm sure you encounter this a lot, but like when we would go out or like when we were maybe Mormon Lake Lodge or whatever, anything,
Scouting.
and you're scouting and all this, and you would like, all right, come on, just eat. You burned all this. You just eat this, just eat it. You'll be all right. And I'm like, dang, I could eat it, but damn it. And then I just end up caving in. But it's tough, man. I commend you for it. It is tough.
Peer pressure is hell.
Right.
And, like especially at work, man. I go to work and everybody's eating all the junk, and they're like, "Come on, just dig in." And I'm like, "No, I can't. I got to eat this rice and chicken. This is delicious stuff."
Yeah, it is. But, so what's the program you're on?
It's not really a program.
Okay.
So I have a coach that I happened to meet. So I started this challenge. It's an Axe and Sledge challenge, which is a brand. It's a fitness/clothing brand.
Okay.
And they were putting on a total transformation challenge. So it's not necessarily a weight loss challenge. It's total transformation.
just
so
to
like
better
for
yourself, right? Yeah.
Right. Yeah. They want everybody to better themselves. So all I'm trying to do is lean out, but also build muscle. And there's one guy named Jake. He's in Canada, and he was posting like all these posing pictures, and I was like, damn, that dude is ripped. Like I
Right.
need to do what that guy's doing.
Right.
And then I saw on his page that he's a coach, so I was like, oh, well, I'm gonna message him and see maybe what his prices are or whatever. So I messaged him, and he's like, are you doing the challenge? And I was like, yeah, I am. And he's like, oh, well, I'll coach you for free, no problem. And I was like, really? And I was like, what's the catch? And he's like, just pay it forward. I was like, well, what do you mean by that? And he's like, anybody that asks for nutrition advice or help, just pay it forward. And I was like, cool, that's rad. So I joined this whole Axe and Sledge thing. And
I just saw your phone light up.
I was like, are you trying to tell me something?
No, I just saw your phone light up, and I was like, oh.
But like the whole forum is like just super positive people, like that we all strive for the same thing.
Yeah.
And it's motivating. So I don't know. I like being on a diet, but it's more helpful when people
Encourage,
around
yeah.
you are in the
Right.
same boat.
Right.
Well, I will stop offering you bourbon.
Well, that's okay, because every once in a while I might take you up on it, like last weekend.
No, that's cool, man. Yeah, it's something that will help you in life in general.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
For sure. Your lifts that you've been doing, you've been going pretty heavy. I wouldn't say heavyweight, low rep, because you said when we were talking earlier, you're going more heavy.
It's high volume more than anything.
Okay.
If I can do heavy on a lift, like deadlifts, squats, those are always heavy for me. I will always try to go heavy for those.
Right.
But when it comes to like biceps, triceps, it's mostly I'd say the range is between 20 and 40 pounds max.
Okay.
But like high volume. So I'll do as many as I can in one set.
Yeah.
Rather than, a set number. So I'm looking for the pump.
Are you doing like the Cam Hanes where he'll do like 100 reps total? Or
I won't do 100.
Ultra sets, right?
Not because...
Like the ultra sets?
Yeah.
No, I think my max number of sets I've done in one workout is 80 sets.
Okay.
Which, that sounds absurd. But if you're lightweight and you're just going for the pump, like I'm not even counting reps anymore.
Okay.
Right.
I'm just going till my muscles
Till you
feel,
fatigue, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I can't pick up the weight anymore.
And maybe you might get that one extra pump, and then you're like, ugh, all right.
Right, exactly. And it's tough, but I'm noticing gains. And I've never done that in my life. I've always been I'm going to
Heavy
do 3
lifter,
sets of
yeah.
this for 10 reps. And then, at 10, I'm not getting a pump because I'm not feeling, maybe I didn't go as heavy as I should have or whatever. And I called it good, and I was like, well, that's not working.
Push it,
So I talked to my coach, and he's like, so, everything works differently for everybody.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. He's like, I'm going to put you in a high volume workout and let me know how it works. So right now this is week 2, and it's working. Like,
Yeah, I saw some photos
working.
you were doing. It looks like
it's for sure.
You cut a little bit already too, and everything.
Yeah, so I'm not down on the scale, but my waistline is
I
smaller.
was say I could see your photos. It definitely looks like your
I've
stomach's
changed.
flattening more.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But muscle weighs more than
Yeah.
Right.
though,
So I
too,
might be
so-
gaining muscle at the same time.
If you're gaining muscle, you're for sure gonna your weight will.
Right.
right. So I'm not watching
might
the
go
scale. Yeah,
You
right.
look your genetics look like you bulk pretty easily.
I do.
You're
I
like
also
Mitch.
put on
My buddy
fat.
Mitch, dude,
That
he
was-
gets the more he works out, he just gets jacked.
That is how I was. I would just build and build and build and build. Yeah.
Yeah, I put on muscle real easy, but I put on fat just as easy. So it's,
Yeah.
I gotta watch what I
It's
eat.
tough, man.
Heck yeah. For me, it's pretty darn close to the same thing, man. I'll do. It depends on my family.
Right.
Me getting out here and getting be like 2 hours of a solid workout in is tough. My girls will
I'm
come
sure.
in or something, or the girls will want to hang out. They say they want to work out too, but then it ends up with them just stopping what I'm doing or whatever.
Right.
Right.
So it's really concentration. But yeah, I'll go high reps. I'll try and do 5 or 8 sets of 15 reps a set
Yeah,
or whatever,
that's
and just do mountain endurance. Really,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to bulk. I've realized if I try and bulk too much, I have to carry that around the mountain.
Well, that and by the time hunting season comes around, you'll lose it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's
So-
the biggest thing I've learned to accept. Really, is like your workout regimen goes to crap when hunting
there's
season.
no way you're gonna hunt and work out.
No.
There's no.
I might
sense.
squeeze a workout or two in the middle of the week.
I could maybe do cardio during
Yeah.
that time, but
You're already doing cardio.
I was gonna say we're doing cardio anyways.
right, you're right. You're right. But if, for whatever reason you want
Yeah.
to do more, you
Yep.
could do that. But
Yep.
Right.
lifting, it's pointless.
Yeah. Jake, you're kind of just you do some workout. You'll text me, show me messages and text me every once in a while. I'll be like, yo, I put everything in my pack and like went and did this or whatever and
Yeah.
shot for a bit and stuff. But dude, you're pretty much literally just like an everyday fitness kind of person. You're a mechanic, so you're naturally
Right.
kind of doing stuff in the shop anyways. You're
Always
wrenching
active.
and whatnot. Yeah.
Right.
And then
Yeah.
like
I'm always on my feet anyways.
Right.
I wrote mentally tough down here too, because I mean, that's the biggest thing I've told a lot of, and I've heard just a general consensus from experienced hunters is like, if you're just mentally tough, your fitness doesn't necessarily always matter. Like if you're willing to, if you can will yourself up somewhere to do something.
I mean, not gonna lie, if I was in your shape, it'd be definitely easier.
Well, hey, and you know what?
But-
You and I killed it though on elk season, man.
Right.
Like, dude, we crushed over 100 miles in 10 days,
Yeah.
no problem. And we both, I mean, we were tired, but we felt pretty
Yeah, but it definitely is a gritty thing, just your mindset, and that's, I think, mainly how I was just raised, man.
Mm-hmm.
Are
Are you a real hunter or what?
Yeah, right. Pretty much. That's the biggest example.
Yeah.
My pops is as old school as it gets, and so just that mentality of growing up, you had to do chores no matter what. I mean, you weren't getting allowance or nothing. That was never a thing.
Yeah.
You had to do this, and that was it. Or else you couldn't go outside and hang out with your friends or whatever. So there was just from that mindset of being responsible, and that just molds you into being somebody to be able to have a gritty mindset of getting things done, you know, right?
Right.
So I think that's the biggest thing for me. Yeah, hiking in those canyons, I mean, it definitely takes a toll on me, but
For sure.
you know, a lot of times I'll just, in my mind, I'll think like, all right, well, we're already here, you know, we're down in here. I'm not going to just give up on this hunt. You know, I'm going to push through it. And then like, it definitely helps when you got somebody with you where you're pushing each other. Right.
Oh, for
Absolutely.
sure.
So that definitely has a toll, because we'll be out there, and sometimes like this January, we were out there hiking to our spot to go hunt. And it's a good ascend, man. Like the first initial part for the OTC.
Yeah, I was like 2 miles in.
Yeah, dude. And I was like probably a quarter mile, like a quarter mile, or half a mile in. I was like, oh, you know. But I kept thinking, I was like, well, we're already out here. I'm not hunking back to go to the truck. You know? It's like we just started. We better finish it. So
Yeah,
and we ended up hiking almost 10 miles that day.
we did.
Or 11 miles. So.
Yeah.
But it's just having that will and that mindset, and you can do it. You can do it. Like you said, almost, it's kind of the same concept of where people are, if you're into lifting weights, you know, it's not about just getting your 5 sets in and calling it good. It's about pushing yourself, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So pushing it till you feel that pain.
Yep.
And that's what it is.
Yeah, I think I saw you hit that pretty good when we had our big canyon confrontation. You know, when you and I went to the bottom of that canyon, I for sure saw you hit your limits, because I've never seen you hit the ground and then like physically be shaking.
Dude, I was tired.
Yeah,
man.
dude, you were like physically shaking and stuff, and I was like, wow, like I saw Jake hit his wall and then some for sure today.
Yeah, it was tough, dude.
Yeah. And I mean, we were pretty exhausted on some of our elk stuff. Like when we shot your bull that night, we weren't hitting the sack until like 2 a.m. And, you know, we had a heavy pack out. Your bull was big. And like, you know, we were pretty exhausted then too. So
about 800-pound, 8+, you know, bull, and you're
Frank the Tank.
cutting them up, quartering them out, doing all this. And it definitely takes a toll on you, man. It's not for the weak, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's
So
for sure.
Fitness, big part. You know, I've been saying it and I need to follow up because I've been talking about it, but I want to start taking my Dark Mountain Apex weighted vest and start going to the white tanks here and running.
Yeah, that'd be good. Actually.
Yeah, I keep telling Devin, my wife, that I'm going to buy that annual pass.
Yeah, I just bought that actually.
Did you?
Yeah.
And then an extra $20, I guess you get your whole family covered.
Correct.
Okay.
They'll give you 2 separate passes.
Cool.
And then, you know, each car can have one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do that and I want to start going. So.
Yeah, there's actually Lookout Mountain Range Preserve is closer to me than this is over.
I think the annual pass covers all of the parks in the state.
it covers a
It's
bunch
not
of parks.
just the white tanks.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, it was.
Yeah, I think the one that I was
Nice.
looking at is free. You just park there, but but it's huge, dude. Like it's it's part of like the 7th Street and Thunderbird area and all that.
I know what you're talking
And then
about.
that goes it'll actually even connect to now Piestewa Peak, whatever.
Okay.
But it goes all in there, man.
There's another
So-
good one too for those of our listeners here that live in North Phoenix. I used to work at 7th Street and Carefree Highway. As you're going on east on Carefree Highway, there's that new, I think it's at like Central is what it is, or something, or 7th
7th and
7th Ave,
it's 7th Ave
Carefree Highway.
and Carefree. Yeah.
And there's a park right there that does a big loop
Yeah,
around
there's a
those
big
radio
mountain
towers.
there, yeah.
Dude, that's
Yeah.
a good one. I see people there all the time.
Yeah, that one's actually fairly flatter too. It's not a hard hike too.
Right.
It's fairly novice or intermediate. So
Yep.
You're good to run.
yeah.
Good
That's
to
true.
run for sure.
So there's that one there. That's a good one. You know, if you're in the west side, white tanks would probably be good. I've always wanted to go do also the Verado stairs.
Yeah, I still haven't been there.
I
My
haven't
wife's
done
been
that.
there twice.
Has she?
Yeah,
Oh,
since
nice.
we talked about it.
Oh, all right.
I was like, all right,
Yeah.
I need to go sometime.
I'd like to go do that. The Victory of Verado stairs or something like that. Yeah. It's like, what, 200, 300 flights of stairs?
Oh, wow.
Dude, it's a lot.
It's
Can you
absurd.
imagine doing a skateboard grind on that?
They don't have
There's no guardrail, bro.
Oh, there's no rail?
It's just literally just
Yeah.
a giant staircase of stairs.
Dude, imagine a bomb drop on that. What? Shred.
But yeah, that'd be a good one. That's like what Jason was saying. He's like, carry a bunch of water up it, dump your water out at the top.
Fill with sand.
Or drink it.
No, yeah, we're drinking, yeah. Well, he's saying like one of those, I got one of those 5-gallon things of
Yeah.
water. He said
Oh,
fill
yeah.
one of those up, put it in your pack, carry it all the way to the top, and then dump it out at top so that way you preserve your knees on the way down because
Yeah,
the
that
pounding
makes
of your
sense.
knees is going downhill is what kills
That
you.
Yeah.
sucks, dude.
Yeah.
In December, man, my
Oh.
knees were just toast.
Yeah.
And it was all coming back. Going out, I was fine.
That's the part that gets you, man. Like
Yeah.
hiking up, I think I told you that the day when we were done. It was like hiking up, it takes your cardio and takes your lungs, but
Yeah,
coming down, it just takes your body, man.
Yeah.
That, ooh.
Wreaks havoc for
for sure. When the couple times that you and I went out on the really long hauls,
Yeah.
in that pretty rocky spot,
Right.
you know, up north, dude, there's some. Actually, that night we came out in the dark.
Yeah.
we thought we were at the
Yeah,
cabin.
that was gnarly. I almost busted my ass on it.
My knees were feeling it, man. I could just every step was like pounding on
Yep.
my knees.
Yeah, that was rough.
So yeah, actually, for those that might have injuries, because you've had some ankle injuries and stuff, and right now I just moved up weight and bow. My shoulder's hurting pretty good. I went and bought one of
that'll
those
go for you.
percussion massagers, and so
How'd you get it?
It'll be here tomorrow
Oh, nice.
or Tuesday at the latest. But
Let me know.
for those, yeah, I'll let you guys try it out too.
But now's the time to, if you're again to try and up your weight or anything or whatever, to do it.
Yep.
But that'll get better and better over time, just more and
Yeah,
more.
for sure.
Yeah. So let's jump into that. So we'll just kind of migrate from fitness, nice segue, to practice. Now is a good time to make changes. You were saying your hinge release for Jake, Aero setup, if you're going to change that, your fletchings configuration. I switched from a Wise Guy. What was that?
Yeah, so you had the Spot Hog Wise Guy.
Spot Hog
It was
Wise
a index release.
Same one that Cam Haynes shoots, I think. That
Yeah,
purple
bro.
one. Yeah, bro. And then I switched to a thumb Carter 2 Simple,
Yeah,
and
thumb release.
helped me a lot, big time. I'd say I'm
Yeah.
shooting way better.
So, to add on to that, I also have the Wise Guy, and then I went to the Knock On.
The Knock to It.
Knock to It, right?
It's a Carter release too. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that until I peeped their Instagram.
yeah.
Yeah,
realized it did
it's
say-
a good
Carter.
release. So I shoot better with the Knock to It. Like,
Okay.
for sure, I shoot 100% better.
Okay.
I'm more accurate with it. However, when in a hunting situation,
Yeah.
I cannot use it.
Yeah.
Because I'm afraid I'm going to lose it. You know, and then I don't have a sight or a release, right? So I will not bring it because I'm scared to lose it.
Okay.
Like,
I could see that.
yeah. So I like having something on my wrist at all times, just
Yeah.
so I don't have to worry about it.
So to do that, they make a
Now,
wrist thing for
well,
it.
yeah, they have the lanyard.
Yeah.
But dude, my arrows got ripped off my bow. You think the lanyard's gonna stay on?
Dude, where we go, nothing is safe.
Well, no, but like you can actually, so you can buy a wrist strap and then
Or
just
the
put,
knot to it, though?
yeah, well, just a wrist strap and then
Yeah.
run like a paracord through that,
Oh.
and
Yeah, but
there you
again, I don't know. It's just not as.
go. I'm just
secure.
saying it's an option, you know, but
It is an option, yes.
Yeah.
But now they have a new one that just came out, which is a tension.
yeah, that
release.
looks pretty slick
It
too.
does. I want to try it, but I don't think I'd hunt with it.
Yeah.
Just because of tension.
It looks
release.
slick.
I can see, I haven't tried yet because I just made the switch, but I can see what Eric is saying, how having a handheld, thumb release probably might not, well, I mean, a lot of people do it though.
Yeah.
But
Oh, yeah.
I do it, yeah.
I see a mental hurdle personally of it being a hunting situation, like, I don't know. Whereas the other one's just on my wrist all the time.
Right.
I don't have to worry about it.
It kind of sucks because I'm more confident with the knock to it. But then I recently went back to the Wise Guy and
Okay.
just practiced more with it. And I found that I adjusted the tension on it.
Okay.
So it's real light.
Okay.
So now it's more like the knock to it. So it's more of a surprise shot and it's better.
Okay.
But I'm still more accurate with the knock to it.
So for me,
You want another water?
I shot a lot of. I did kind of went all over, man.
Yeah.
I started off with the index finger trigger release. I had the same one that Wise Guy, the index release, and then I ended up switching to thumb button. I had the knock to it. I had all that. Then I ended up buying the Too Simple one. Mm-hmm. But I still had target panic. I would still punch it no matter what.
Okay.
I would still punch that thumb button, all that. So a guy at Arizona Archery Club, Chris, he was the one. He was like, "Dude, you need to try a hinge release. Just try it. You know, say that's going to help. That's going to be the best way to help with target panic." And so he actually made a little dummy string to try and mess with it, and he's like practice with just on this string for a month or a couple months, you know, before you actually put it on a bow and pull back. And so I did that, and now I can't see myself going back to anything else. Right. Honestly, I'm gonna end up hunting with the hinge. I'm shooting with the hinge. I'm shooting the best I've ever shot. I mean, today I went to the archery range and shot the Ben Avery course, and I was shooting 114-yard target and drilled it.
Yep.
And so I'm shooting the best I've shot, but that's not to say that's for everybody. I mean, the thumb button, if you can get that surprise shot, then that's the way it is. People do it. Obviously, target shooters are using thumb buttons too. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a big thing. If you're going to do any sort of release change right now, go to your local pro shop and ask them for a practice string. You know, one end should have a really large loop on it that can fit your hand, entire palm of your hand in it for stabilization as if it's the bow. And the opposite end where you'll be releasing from should have basically just a loop the size of a D-loop.
The size of a D-loop, yeah. And then so you'll just have it set up. Then you'll put pressure on your front arm.
Extend your arm all the way out.
Yeah, your full extension. And then you'll have full extension on that. You'll have pressure on it, and then you're pulling back on that back arm. So it did help, man. It helped me get the fundamentals of how to use a hinge, and now, like I said, I'm shooting as good as I can.
Heck yeah.
But to answer, you're saying you're kind of worried about losing that thumb. I get your point, but I don't know. I shot all of.
I could see in a
August.
I could see in a blind not being an issue.
Right.
Yeah, so August, January, I was using my thumb, and what I did is I just put it on the side little pouch of my marsupial, and it was so snug. They make them really tight in there, and it wasn't going.
Yeah,
see, I did that for a while, and even when I went out to the Ben Avery with you guys that first time, I had it in my marsupial pouch, but it just wasn't. It worried me. Like it was just always in the back of my mind. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, it never came out on me. So I haven't had no issues with it. And sometimes, like if I was going to crest going up that hill, and I knew I had an arrow in my right in my whatever, blah blah blah, right on the rest, and I knew
knocked, ready to go.
Yeah, knocked and ready to go on the rest, all that. Instead of it being on my bino harness, I just had it in my jacket pocket because I was already ready to go.
Yeah.
So I had it in my hand already.
right.
Yep.
And then my rangefinder was already out of the harness, so that way I could just do it, you know?
Exactly.
That's one thing I would say to practice. That is something I never got comfortable with, is my rangefinder. Like, you know, when you go out and shoot, you're just recreationally using it.
Oh, yeah.
But being fast with it is another, because mine's not autofocus or anything, so I'm having to focus on whatever. In a hunting situation, that's a lot harder than what
Takes a few minutes, or a few seconds, yeah.
You should definitely practice, you know, using that thing fast.
Yeah.
Right.
That's something I'm going to probably work on here shortly.
Yeah.
Maybe next weekend.
Yep.
Yeah, it'll help.
For sure.
Now is the time also to get your strings changed and any bow maintenance that you need to do.
Yes.
Get it done now. Check out this segue. Because you'll need to break in your bow, and the best way to break your bow is to go to 3D shoots.
I don't want to break my bow.
Break in your bow.
Nobody wants to break it.
So 3D shoots is the next thing. We've got fitness 3D shoots in practice that we wanted to talk about.
Yeah,
And,
so most people right now, they ended up already buying the new bow, right?
Yeah.
right, we just had bow release.
Releases.
You know, Jake and I, it's been no secret, we just switched to Matthews. And people are trying
Yeah,
out
so I
triggers.
think they all came out.
I still got PSC.
PSC came out with the EVL.
Yeah.
White came out with the Venom.
Yep.
You know, I think they're all out now. So
And, I heard somewhere that Venom is Greek for didn't go 20.
no, that was Red Daniel.
Oh, is that what that was?
But the V3 means he didn't go past 3 yards.
No, that's right.
He died right there. So.
Congratulations, you can shoot a dot at 20 yards.
But yeah, so now's the time to get in your practice with them.
That's right. Full Draw Bow Hunters has a shoot this coming weekend. I'm going to try and release this. I might release it tomorrow. I mean, we just released an episode today, but whatever. I'll try and release this soon. But March 5th, 6th, and 7th. That's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They have a 3D shoot. And I think this one sounded fairly big. Aren't they going to have 4 courses on this one? Maybe I read that wrong.
I don't know, to be
Okay.
honest with you. I know it's a part of their Desert Classics tournament that they've got, but
I don't know what that means, but okay.
yeah, there's so right now is when all the tournament shootings go on.
Okay.
So,
Smart.
It's big 3D shooting.
In the off-season.
Yeah, it's all spring. Spring is when they do all their tournament shoots, their 3D shoots, all that. And so Arizona puts on their own what they call a Desert Classic, and I think I don't know what the big payout is, but you have to compete in all the shoots, and I think there's 4 different shoots, and then there might be some down in Tucson, but and then it accumulates your points over time. So at the end, whoever's got the best, you know.
Gotcha.
I could be wrong. I don't know, but I think that's how I read it.
That's
Okay. But yeah, just 3D shoots in general. It's phenomenal practice for realistic situations, usually with animals. I mean, there's some that aren't. It's just a shot. But
Right.
there are some that you're kind of, shooting across the wash or like in a wash or something, or some sort of semi-obstruction in front of a target or something.
Yeah.
And then you're not just shooting like paper targets. You're shooting at
Actual
a
3D,
shape,
yeah.
a silhouetted animal or something, that's the shape of a 3D animal.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't shoot competition. I just shoot for fun. Usually when we go, we rarely, I think we've kept score once, maybe.
No, I've never kept score.
Okay. That must have been a different group I was with once, but we just either you killed the animal or you didn't.
Right.
That's it.
I think this time I'm going to bring a pocket full of ones and we're
we do like to, I can see us getting some betting in and stuff.
we're going to do
but
some dollar shots.
competition wise, I mean, we don't keep score. We don't care about any of that. We just like to have fun. So people will ask sometimes what class we shoot and everything. We don't care.
Our own class.
We shoot the BowhuntingAZ class.
We just made it ourselves.
Dang, I'm gonna start saying that.
Right. Yeah. If you want to try and join, the ante is $50. All in one. So
Right.
make sure you're ready.
Saw somebody who's looking for sponsorship the other day.
Dude, I was dying. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's my buddy Kyle too.
Oh, do you know who that is?
Yeah. I went to school with him. It's my buddy.
Okay. I was
Yeah,
trying to
he's
figure
like,
out
how do I get a sponsor by BowhuntingAZ? I started cracking up, man.
He's like, how do I get sponsored by BowhuntingAZ? I was like, I'm not sure what we're sponsoring you for other than a few stickers.
He was like, all right, I'll
Jimmy
take
was
it.
spot on though. Your buddy
Jimmy? Oh yeah, he was right on it.
He was like, all right, I'll take that. He's like, whatever I can get.
He's
dude.
like, anybody wants to apply, you have to send me a $200 check or whatever.
He said I got a couple half drink bottles of bourbon. I can sponsor you.
I said we accept applications in the form of rare bottles of bourbon.
That's good.
Oh man.
But no, it's always just fun. I mean, if I meet people out at the range all the time, and so
Yeah.
if you're gonna be there or whatever, just say what's up. If you want to shoot with us, we'd be glad to have you.
Yeah, we met. We shot with a couple people. We shot with Brett and Billy.
Yeah, that was
And,
just this weekend.
Then we even met another guy that was just like, dude, I just want you guys to know I love your content. Like, his
that's
Eric.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Eric was super cool.
Yeah, Oiler.
There's a lot of Erics lately.
It sounds like a real common name.
But yeah, that was cool. So come out and shoot with us. We usually post it on Instagram or something.
Right.
24 hours before. Hike to hunt is my favorite personally because that is a shoot that they don't keep score. It's not a competition. It's literally just, it's like TAC, total archery challenge. It's just.
Well, TAC actually, so they do keep some scores.
Okay.
And I was talking with somebody the other day, and I guess they've got a shot where you pay like, I think it's like $1 or $5.
$1 an arrow.
Yeah, $1 an arrow,
Yep.
and you have a chance of winning a truck.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yep.
Yeah, but you have to hit the 12 ring.
Oh, easy.
It's like 100-something yard shot.
Have you seen me shoot?
That's why I'm saying it.
That's a joke.
Yeah. But it's 100-yard shot.
You're bringing $50, right?
Right? Yeah.
And 50 arrows.
It's like, I'm getting a bank loan here.
Before we go.
I'm getting a personal loan before I go out there.
But Hike to Hunt, they do a lot of realistic. Remember the elk that had multiple fallen trees?
Yeah, I decked the tree. Man.
Yeah, so many people were hitting the trees, and we ended up figuring out that the only way you could really make that shot was to kneel.
Well, yeah, I kneeled, but my bow wasn't fast enough, I guess.
I don't remember. Was that the triax?
Yeah.
Okay. It was tough. It was an arc thing.
Yeah.
Like you really had to figure out what the arc of your arrow was.
Yeah.
But
Like we've been testing ourselves lately, man.
oh yeah.
Like today, I went shooting with Brett, and we're just like pushing ourselves even more. And me and him got a competitiveness when it comes to shooting. Like we're just like, all right, I'm gonna shoot this, and then he's like, all right, I guess I'll shoot that. I was like, I didn't want to, but I guess I gotta do it now.
Starting to be like pool.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, 8 ball over there. I'm gonna bounce it off the left to the right, and then in the back pocket over here.
So we're trying to find like the gnarliest, hardest shot to do on this target. It's like 45 yards, but we're looking at it and we're like, all right, maybe I can skip through this cholla, and then do this, and they're like, well, maybe I can lob it over that. And I was like, no, my arrows shoot pretty flat. It's not gonna be able to lob over that at 40 yards.
And he's so freaking tall, man, dude. We'll find like an obstruction, and he's like, oh yeah, I can see it. Oh, really, dude? No.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. So, yeah, Hike to Hunt's going to be super good. I think that's in July at some point. And so we'll be out there. We've got, I think he's going to give us a few tickets to do a giveaway. So make sure you're watching.
Yeah, it's fun. Last year, and I think the year before that, they've always got some long bombs too, man. That's what I'm looking forward to.
The buffalo, wasn't it?
Yeah,
okay.
so I'm looking forward to that. I think if you take a picture of shooting the buffalo, you might have a chance of winning last year it was a chance of winning a new PSE. Okay. So but that's what I'm looking forward to most. I've been practicing these long shots. I see how
I need to get my sight tape figured out.
But it's so fun, man. It's like you say, the obstruction shots, long bombs. Dude, they've got some tricky shots. Like I remember one time there was a little squirrel or something target, and it's like right behind this rock that if you just miss it, you're gonna deck this rock. There goes your arrow. It's like.
Remember the one deer too that was like between two trees that were maybe 6 inches apart.
Yeah,
like,
I remember that.
It was super thread the needle.
Yeah, they make some good ones. So I'm super pumped about it and looking forward to it.
Heck yeah. That's always one. And then they did the pack out challenge at the last time.
we said this last time.
We told him, we're like, dude, you need to add another element besides just shooting. I said, so you have to shoot this ram at like 70 yards, I think. Yeah. And then you have to carry out sandbags.
Yeah, so they made it 50-pound sandbags where it was, I don't remember the name of the bags, but Brute Force, I think it was.
Force, yeah.
And so they're these big, almost like duffel bag type things.
Workout bags.
Yeah, workout bags. Yeah. And so he said, "All right, well, once you shoot this ram, it was a ram, yeah. And it was actually you were shooting from a blind.
A blind. I think we shot it standing up though, didn't we?
We did.
Okay.
Yeah. But you had to shoot this ram, and it was like 50, 60 yards, and then if you hit it in the vitals, then you had to carry out a pack." a 50 pound.
No way. So it was like a mile and a half.
It was
Really?
probably a mile, yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty
But it was
That's
from the
amazing.
end of the course all the way back to the sign up tent. And then you
So-
got an extra ticket. There's a raffle going on.
Oh, okay.
So then you got an extra ticket and
Right.
got it back.
So that's
But
cool. You have
it
some
wasn't just
incentive.
once you shot this, just go straight and carry it.
Right.
You still had like 6 or 8 targets to shoot in between.
Oh, no kidding.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you had it in your
All the rest of the
bag, and you're all right. Or you could carry it in your backpack the whole time and shoot.
Yeah.
Or we were
Dislike.
like, I'm macho. I'm gonna do whatever I can. So we were.
Well, and we had his thing was, I'll add this challenge, but you and Jake have to carry 2 sandbags each. And so dude, we got like 100 pounds on our back.
We did. Yeah,
That was rough.
that was a good one, man. But so yeah, we carried 100 pounds back each in our packs, and
We were dying.
it was fun though.
Were you guys like offloading every time you shot, or were you shooting?
Yeah, I was. Yeah,
Oh,
well, you were too. Yeah, we were.
Yeah.
We took
I
our
would.
packs off every time.
Okay.
We thought about it. I think the first couple shots we tried doing with it.
too
we were
heavy,
like,
dude.
no,
I'm sure that
It's just too heavy.
shooting with 100 pounds on your back is not.
No.
No. No.
Yeah,
But it's fun.
it was good. It was
yeah.
good. Yeah,
It's nice to get up there north too. I think last year they did it at, what's that called? Nordic Village.
yeah.
And this year they're going to do it at Snowball. So I think it'll be probably more like a total archery challenge.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm assuming they're doing it on the slopes. I could be wrong, but I don't know. It'll
Cool.
be fun.
Can't wait for that.
Heck yeah. So yeah, listener questions. I put a feeler out there. We've got a couple. Got a new one here. Ever shoot with both eyes open? No.
I tried.
Yeah,
How'd
I've
it
tried
go?
it as well.
Okay.
I saw a tip saying that you can shoot better.
I've definitely heard about it a
both
lot.
open, but
Yeah.
I can't do it.
For me, I can't. I like the tunnel vision. I like to be that smaller. Like for me, I ended up going with a 35 millimeter scope. So I went with a smaller scope, and that
Changed your peep aperture too, didn't you?
a little bit, yeah.
Okay.
But so like a hunting scope is normally like a 41 or 42 size scope, but I went smaller because it just makes me focus a little bit more.
Okay.
And so if I use just my actual right eye because I'm right-handed and look through the peep, I just feel like I can focus more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you guys change arrow setup at all for 3D or keep hunting setup? Hunting through and through.
Yeah, I use the same thing on here.
What's the difference?
Yeah.
Right? No, I
I
say
suppose that would be probably for people that want to shoot competition 3D
Right.
more
then,
seriously.
Then you'll but wouldn't
Right.
you just have another bow? You know, like
Right, yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't use my hunting
would-
bow for my 3D bow
right.
if I
Yeah.
were shooting competition.
I could see that would be an annoyance because then you've got to completely redial your bow in every single time.
Every time. Yeah.
So at that point, I would just have a 3D bow and then a.
Right.
I was thinking about getting the target bow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What would you get?
The Matthews.
Okay.
It was a TRX 38. So it's a 38.
I think if I was
axle.
going to go a 3D setup, I would probably get something. I mean, I could be wrong. Carbon, just super light.
No,
you
you want something heavier.
Yeah.
You
something
think so?
stable.
Yeah,
Okay.
you want stability.
Yeah, I
with
suppose you
target.
would probably want more like a 31
Yeah.
or something. 32.
You want heavy. You want bigger.
32.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want bigger bow than that.
Okay.
I'd buy another.
See, that's what's so weird. It's so alien to me because it's like, dude, I see these crazy long stabilizers and people.
So the bigger the axle usually is going to be the more stability.
Yeah.
Then you're going to get a bigger brace height. So once again, it's going to be even more stability, more forgiveness in the shot with your hand torque, all that.
Which is crazy.
That's just the big benefits of it.
Yeah.
And Matthews actually came out with a 34-inch axle target bow, so it's a super short target bow. And I think what's going to be cool about this is they've got a really high forgiving brace height. I think that brace height on that one's still like 7 inches or even more, like 7.25, 7.5. And it's a 34-inch axle bow. Like most hunting bows are 34, 33.
Right.
Hoyt just came out with 33, yeah. So it's going to be a very stable bow, and you're going to be able to do that for hunting, for 3D, for target. I think a lot of people, the target world, are going to be using that for hunting.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. But
Training for my first archery hunt. What's a good shooting plan for the next 7 months? Pretty much this whole podcast.
what was this question again, man?
Training for my first archery hunt. What's a good shooting plan for the next 7 months? So he's what doing August?
Shoot a lot.
Shoot a lot. Shoot often.
Ben Avery's Usery Mountain Range. They've got Ben Avery's got a hill course where it's got animal targets on it.
Yep.
And so it's pretty cool because, like we were saying earlier, you could try to do tough shots, realistic scenarios. We're gonna put out a video here soon about that.
Yeah, we recorded our last or this weekend's
right.
the shots that we were doing and stuff.
That are realistic.
Yep.
They've got uphill shots, downhill shots. We tried to make them where like the target's quartering away or quartering to us.
Super quartered sometimes.
Almost frontal shots.
Yeah.
And so it's cool because that way you can get a scenario of if that animal is in that position or all these different scenarios, you'll be ready.
Right.
Usery Mountain's got they have a 3D range. So you can actually go out there and do 3D shoots and stuff too.
Okay.
So,
Yep.
yeah, it's cool.
How much time do you spend shooting broadheads versus practice field tips in the off season? You guys tell me. Me personally, I start shooting my broadheads probably like 2 weeks before season starts.
Yeah, same here. I don't see a need to shoot broadheads up until you're ready to hunt.
Maybe unless you're changing brands, but I've been shooting the same broadheads for a while.
Yeah, but even if you change brands, you're gonna have to adjust. Right before you go anyway. So you might as well do it like all at once.
For me, it's very minimal.
Yeah.
From the broadheads that we're shooting, it's very minimal. So, like, quite honestly, we were supposed to go out hunting this weekend.
Yeah, we're supposed to be in Texas right now.
I didn't plan on going on the range and shooting the broadheads. I was gonna do it when I got there.
Yeah.
Because it should only adjust your left and right. It shouldn't adjust your elevation too much.
Because when I went from the G5s to the afflictors were dropping rather than left or right.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I don't know if that was because of 3 blades versus the 2.
Could be.
Or
Yep. What's your best? Actually, we'll do that one last. It'll be a little bit longer answer. When the temps go over 100, how do you stay fresh behind a bow other than AAC? So what he's saying is Arizona Archery Club has an indoor.
How do you practice?
Yeah, Arizona Archery Club has an indoor archery range that's air conditioned. So you can always do that. Honestly, I just early in the morning.
Yeah, Usery Mountain has they actually have lights too.
Oh, do they?
So if you so I think they're open till 7 or 8.
Oh, that's really
but
cool.
they'll light up the range and you can shoot there.
Heck yeah.
that's a good idea.
So
I wish Ben Avery would do that.
Yeah, that'd be really.
I hate how early Ben Avery closes. It drives me nuts.
Yeah, especially Sundays they close at 3.
That's ridiculous.
3.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. But yeah, so
They also can't do their draw right either. So
yeah, I mean, you just try and shoot a little bit.
we don't want to talk about it.
Shoot a little bit at the nights, and that's the only other way I can think of other than being indoors.
I would. I personally won't do it now, but I've considered shooting right here in my garage. Now that I'm shooting an 80-pound bow, there's no way in hell because I'll probably blow through
Dude,
the
I've shot
target.
in my house.
Have you?
Yeah.
I was gonna say
it's not the best
you
thing,
can just
but
practice your form like right here.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's what
you don't have to shoot.
Cam Hanks does.
Yeah.
He only shoots like 10 yards.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily need to shoot far. I mean, if you're
It's
just going for repetitions.
Right,
Exactly.
repetitions
Yeah.
and being consistent.
Exactly.
And maybe put like the smallest little dot you can on that
exactly.
target
Yeah.
and tack drive it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I don't know. Maybe that answers your question.
Yeah. Hopefully that helps. What is your best arrow setup recommendation? 65 pounds draw weight, 27.5-inch draw, 100 grain broadhead. Go. I know nothing about.
Yeah,
I'm not technical whatsoever, so let you guys.
That's tough, man. There's so many arrows out there.
Let's just say what we're shooting because we're pretty close to that.
Yeah, I'm 28-inch draw. I'm shooting the FMJs, and they are 27 3/4 inch long
For shaft length.
for shaft
Okay.
length. 4 fletch, max stealth fletchings, Easton X Knox, and 100 grain field tips and broadheads. And I mean, I'm probably at anywhere between 480 and 540. I don't know. They're heavy.
Grain.
Yeah, grains.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would guess you're probably 5'10", something like that.
yeah, maybe.
Maybe 490, but yeah, something like
I
that.
doubt I'm in the fours.
Yeah.
But maybe.
We're all shooting 4 fletch, and I think we're all shooting the same fletching, the
Yeah,
max
the
stealth.
bands, yeah.
Yeah. Jake and I are both shooting the VAP TKOs from Victory.
Yeah, my arrow weighs at 420.
I think I'm right there too.
419, 420.
I'm between 400 and 420.
But it's a very high FOC arrow.
Right.
Yeah, we're using the VAP TKO Elites.
Actually, it's right.
I think mine's cut down to 27 and a quarter, or 27 and a half, 27 3/4 almost.
Yep.
I personally like the micro diameter arrows. You're
I
gonna
don't
get
think you can go wrong on them.
you're gonna get less wind drag, higher FOC mainly, better penetration out of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the way to go, man.
Yeah. We're shooting the 350s,
Yeah. So if you're asking about
like spine.
spine, all that, I would say you're probably going to be close to a 350. I don't think you're going
What's
to be
his draw?
300.
He's shooting 65 pounds, and he's 27 and a half inch draw.
So he should
I would
be
say you're
350.
350.
He's good.
He's
yeah.
a 350.
We got
Yeah.
told we need to move to 300s because we're shooting 75 pound plus.
No,
but
I'm going to stick with 350.
I'm
Yeah.
shooting super accurate, so I'm
My
not gonna
first
change
set
a
of
thing.
FMJs were 400s. And,
Okay.
Yeah.
I was right on the border of 400 and 350 per their graph.
Yeah.
And all the guys at Arizona Archery are like, no, you need to shoot 350. And it's like, okay.
Yeah.
So the new arrows I just got were 350s. And I don't notice a difference, honestly.
Right.
Well, that's what everyone's
They're
telling me.
shooting
I
the
need
same.
to move spine,
So-
but like, dude, I'm drilling. Like,
Right.
I see no reason to change.
I think if it works for you, don't change
I'm
it.
shooting so
Yeah,
good.
so the
As long as
heavier,
my arrow's not gonna crumble. Like,
what I've noticed though, the heavier the arrow, the more balanced that arrow is usually going to get.
Sure.
So it might draw your weight down, but it's definitely going to make it a little bit more balanced out of
My
it.
whole setup's heavy. My bow's heavy. My arrows are heavy.
Yeah.
The mountain sucks.
But I would recommend a micro diameter. If you're asking what kind of arrow is best, that would be my option.
Yeah.
Whether it's gold tip, Victory, Easton,
yeah, they all make good
whatever.
arrows.
heck yeah, no complaints.
Yeah.
Only thing I will give advice on is changing your nocks. So if you're going to go from shooting regular nocks to nocturnals, that is going to change the flight of your arrow.
Yep.
Definitely. Nocturnals definitely fly different. That's all I got to say.
That goes
about
for everything. Every little thing you do,
Yeah.
it's going to change something.
Yeah.
So you change your peep.
Yeah.
You got to change your sight. Everything changes at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Your form goes totally different.
Mhm.
I had to learn that the hard way
Yeah.
2 weeks before.
Yeah, so what I've always been told is when you're trying to figure out where you're going to rest your peep, put your sight at 30 yards. Put your sight at 30 yards. Well, for me, I've got a slider. So
right.
I put my slider, I have a single pin slider. I want to put that at 30 yards. And because now,
Your floater, you mean?
well, for me, I've got a single pin sight. So
Oh, okay.
So
But
I
that
want
is
to put it.
the
So
thicker-
if you got a floater, yeah, more or less make it to right there.
Right,
But that way it's equal, and that's going to be perfect. Where if you scroll down, it won't make your head a little bit higher or lower or whatever. That's where you're supposed to be.
Are we all shooting sliders?
Yeah, I think so. I got
How many pins do you have?
I have 3.
You have 3 pin?
Yeah.
That's cool. So we've got 1 pin, 3 pin, and 5 pin slider.
Yeah.
Cool. Nice.
That's better. No, I'm just kidding.
I just like the dynamic of it. It's like,
Right.
No, it's
that's what I like about BowhuntingAZ is like Jake's likes his own things. I like mine,
we all have our
and now
own
Eric
things.
likes his too. So it's cool that we can bring different things to the table. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
You got a bourbon?
But
Need some more bourbon?
maybe.
That was a yes.
But one thing is I got asked today was do I prefer 4 fletch or 3 fletch?
Oh, yeah.
And does it matter? And quite honestly, just try and fletch it yourself, or go to the archery club and get it fletched to a 4 fletch, or do a 3 fletch and see if it flies any better yourself.
Yeah.
I think for me personally, the 4 fletch just gives you another option of being able to knock tune your broadheads.
Yes.
So, like 3 fletch, you only get 3 options of setting your knock to try and knock tune your broadhead. Where 4 fletch, you get that extra 4th option to try and knock tune.
Yep. I have found that 4 fletch flies a lot better with our hybrid mechanical broadheads. Whereas I went and tried to shoot my fixed broadheads that I had been shooting previously with a 3 fletch configuration. I tried to shoot it with a 4 fletch, dude, they flew like crap. And then I hit up a Flicker, he's like, yeah, we kind of heard the same thing too. Like guys that are shooting the fixed broadheads have a better flight with a 3 fletch than with a 4 fletch.
That's weird, because most of the time it should be the other way around. The more that you have on the back end, the more it's going to actually stabilize.
Well, I think
it.
what's happening is
like from what I've been told is you can never have too much stability, right? So you can never have too much vane. You like to compensate for a big huge broadhead. Like if you've got a big fixed blade broadhead, you don't want to use a small vane setup. You want something that's going to be able to propel and be able to counterbalance that broadhead.
Well, I was using the fixed EXTs, and there's like 2 super wide blades and then 2 smaller ones. So I wonder if there's some sort of like,
I'm wondering if
those 2
maybe
big ones need
just,
to be in synchronization with the fletching almost. If it's like they're counter steering each other or what. Like there's got to be some point of where the blades of the broadhead are trying to steer, and then the fletching's trying to steer too, and they're going to counter each other if they're not aligned. I'm always wondering. I have no idea. I'm just spitballing what.
If I were an engineer, I could tell you right now.
We can ask my dad.
If we got down to the
nitty gritty.
To the science.
That was just my
dynamic tunnel.
Yeah. I just shoot and I'm like, yeah, that worked, or no, that didn't. All I know is 4 fletch flies
When
great.
I first started setting up my own arrows, I did a test to see which flew better for me.
Okay.
I did a 3 fletch versus a 4 fletch with the max.
Hunters, maybe?
Hunters.
Yeah.
It was the max.
They're
hunters.
like a bigger profile.
They're a little back end, they're bigger, and then they come.
They're like a bigger version of the Blazer.
Correct.
That's what I shot originally.
And the 4 fletch shot tremendously better. I'm not sure why, but I just stuck with the 4
And
fletch.
what broadhead were you using?
It was the G5 Monty.
Yeah, and they're a big fixed blade.
Right,
Three blade, right?
Yes.
Right, yeah.
So the 4, I just went 4, and I've been using it since.
Yeah.
Okay. Sweet.
Yeah, it just depends, man. But yeah, just shoot for yourself, dude. Like he asked me, and I was like, for me personally, I'm shooting 4 fletch just because you got the options. But I would try and get both setups and shoot them and see what shoots better for you.
Mm-hmm. That's one thing I've seen a lot of in archery forums, Facebook groups, whatever. A lot of people bagging other people for using certain things.
Yeah.
It's all individual based. Like everybody shoots different. Everybody's got different form. There's so many different options. Like who cares what you use?
Now's
Can
the time
you get the job done?
Now's the time to try them
Change
out,
it.
You know?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, it's like caliber wars, man.
Yeah,
People are
yeah,
like, oh, you
exactly.
can't use. I mean, I've seen people saying they shoot deer with like 2.23, 5.56, and it's like, man, if you're a good marksman, like, yeah, you can shoot a deer with that.
You shoot a Hartley, you're gonna kill something.
Yeah,
right?
and then people are like, oh no, man, you gotta shoot 7mm mag, like.
no,
you do.
6.5.
Oh yeah, 6.5 Creedmoor. You gotta shoot that 6.5 Creedmoor. Or if you're Jake, you shoot a freaking Coos with a 300 Win Mag and it does a backflip.
I don't want it to go anywhere.
It didn't go anywhere.
It went backwards.
And then it died promptly.
Yeah. Man, I want overkill.
If you guys haven't seen this epic filmed shot, go to our YouTube channel and look up Jake's 2-part hunt film of his coos hunt, and you'll see him shoot a coos
With a 300 Win mag.
With a 300 Win mag, and you'll watch it backflip, legit backflip in the air. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was exciting.
we were pretty excited.
You want to see deer aerobics? Go do it.
Didn't go 20.
Trigger's gold that day. So.
Trigger was gold. Oh man.
Didn't go 5.
That's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah, that's it.
Any final thoughts?
Practice, practice, practice.
Yeah,
That's
on
all you
top
can
of
really
that, hope to see you guys out at Full Draw.
Yeah.
I'd be glad to shoot with you guys. Bring some cash because I'm going to make some bets.
Jake's gonna look like he's going to the strip club with all the ones that he's got.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe after.
Dude, I'm going Saturday.
Are you?
I might go
To the shoot?
both.
Oh.
If I win that money,
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Full pocket.
Gotcha.
yeah, heck yeah, man, dude. Hey, there's one over there if you didn't have it.
Jeez.
Or Deer Valley, yeah, Deer Valley.
I saw-
They closed Bliss.
I was driving the other day and I saw one of the marquees of the clubs or whatever, and it said, "We've got Corona virus free."
Nice.
Oh man, dude, they had steak dinners on Fridays,
Oh
bro.
gosh, I can't even imagine how terrible this steak
It was
is.
Bliss?
Yeah, they
Dude,
had
were
$5.
good.
They had $5 steak
They were
dinners.
good. Me and my buddies used to go at lunchtime because they had $5 steaks. And they were actually decent steaks, bro. Not lying.
Dude.
But Bliss is a thing that's happening. Now it's Crazy Girls for anybody. that lives
You can
near there.
get a surf and turf on Friday.
All right. Well.
We need to be sponsored by Crazy Girls.
Oh, jeez. Let's end this before it gets in. Cool. Yeah, we'll see you there. Probably safe to say
7:30.
7 to 11ish. Probably usually is what we'll shoot.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to leave probably by 12 or 1.
Same here. I'm going to St. Peter. So.
So I got a birthday party to go to. So,
go
but
for
I'd be glad to see you guys out there, man. It's always fun to shoot with new people.
I try and carry a few stickers. People keep asking how they can get stickers, and I try and keep a few in my bino rings.
Like
Hand out.
last time, that's how I ended up. I shot with Brett. I didn't even know who he was, and
That is kind of funny how, because him and I hunted with him. Eric and I
Yeah.
hunted with him and met him out there, and then
I met him at the 3D shoot,
Yeah.
and he was with his family, and I was just like, "Hey, you mind if I shoot through with you?" And he's like, "Yeah, go ahead."
Did you shoot with him before we hunted with him?
No.
Oh, okay.
It was after, and then he was like, "Hey, you're from BowhuntingAZ, right? You're with Steven." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh yeah, hey, I'm the one that helped him out and all this or hunted with him." I was like, "Oh,
Lots
cool."
of stock and miss.
So that was cool. I just met him. I met, dude. I've a lot of people out
We've
there,
met a
and
lot of
I
great
will
people.
shoot with anybody, and it's always fun, you know.
I think that's what's great is we've been around long enough and got a little bit of enough of a following to see a little bit of hate. But I would say
Dude, if you met us, man,
90 to
you know.
95% of what we've seen is just good people.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
everyone's super friendly.
Right.
They love to come hang out with, and like, dude, we're literally no different than anybody else. We've just built a platform, but like,
Right.
we love to meet people and hang out and shoot, and we'll talk a little smack. We'll get a little competitive.
Oh,
Jake
yeah.
will spend his money, and
I will win my money.
we just like to have fun, man. It's
I will
been
win my
a
money.
great.
Billy can attest to that.
It's been a great ride. Yeah, you guys were betting last time. And I think I ended up shooting better out of everybody at that one shot, but.
Yeah, but I made the money.
And I didn't even put, yeah, you did. I didn't even put anything down. That's what sucked. And then I shot really good. I was like, oh, shoot.
Hey, you can't win if you don't play.
It's true. It's like
So bring your ones.
Do I need to give you a gambling anonymous number or something? Are you going to be all right?
Hey, Charles Barkley did it.
I'm just kidding.
Facts.
No, in all seriousness,
just
though,
fun,
we just
man.
like to have a good, lighthearted time.
It just makes it that much of a fun competition.
It does.
You know, because then at the end of the day, you're pushing each other.
Right.
And
Yeah.
you're only pushing each other to be better.
Right,
Right.
exactly.
So,
And it builds that camaraderie, too.
Right.
For sure.
it just
I really like that saying, because that's changed. All of our friendship dynamics have changed drastically. And I like that saying that you go in as hunting, you go in as friends, you come out as brothers.
Yeah.
It's totally true.
It is, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. It's almost, I've never been in the military, but it sounds just like it.
I think it's pretty close to that.
Yeah, it's very similar.
Eric could tell us.
I think military is probably a little bit more extreme.
Well, yeah, it's a little different.
Yeah,
You're putting your
after you
life.
shower with each other, it's a whole new ball game.
I think.
We don't need to go down there.
Oh no gay shit.
But no, that's because you're putting your life on the line for that guy. So.
Right.
Different stakes,
Yeah.
different stakes. But at the same time, though, I think we get the camaraderie sense of it.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
Show.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing you guys.
Yep.
Any last words again?
Nope.
Well, thanks for coming on again, buddy.
Absolutely. Thank
Heck
you.
yeah. Thanks, guys. We'll see you in the next episode.
Thank you so much for listening to the BowhuntingAZ podcast.
Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at BowhuntingAZ.
If you would, please smash those 5 stars for us on iTunes and leave us a little review. It'll really help us out.
Good luck on your next hunt. We'll catch you in the next episode.
See ya.